And we are live here Monday night, October 6th. Your Geaux Team for a little around the SEC action. We've got myself, Daniel here, running the ones and twos, as they like to say in the business, right, Chip?
Yeah.
And we got Chip. Chip, how we doing tonight?
All right. Tired.
Tired? It's Monday.
Yeah.
Got a case of the Mondays, like Bill Lumberg would say?
I got a thing to do tomorrow night, so I'm not looking forward to it. I think that's
You know, as we age in life, we have to do things that we don't want to do. And Chip's got to do one of those things tomorrow that 20-year-old Chip would never have to worry about doing. But 20 years later, here we are.
Yeah, it's just
You don't have to say what it is. It's a HIPAA violation.
I don't. I'm just saying it could be. It's tomorrow night. That's what sucks.
Yes.
If it was
anytime you have an appointment later in the day, it totally derails your entire day.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna go work out in the morning. That's why I'm gonna go to bed as soon as this is over with. And then...
Yeah. But anyway, we're here Monday night, October 6th. LSU coming off of a bye week. We took a little bit of a break so that way we could refresh ourselves for this week. And so normally our Monday night show is our Armchair Quarterback Club. But since there's nothing to Armchair Quarterback this week, we're going to do a little special episode. We're going to go around the SEC because we haven't really – how much have we really talked about other teams in the SEC this year, Chip?
I mean, we did the beginning of the season, I guess.
Don't look too enthusiastic over there, Chip.
I'm excited to talk about it. Sorry. We did the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we did, and then we've kind of gotten away from it. It's kind of like we got rid of the Tuesday night episodes.
Yeah.
When we had those La Tech and Southeastern games, we kind of ran out of space. Or we kind of – not that we ran out of space. We had too much space. We kind of ran out of bandwidth of what to talk about because we didn't have anything to talk about Southeastern. No offense to our friend Lion Up LeBlanc. Shout out. Big win this week by the Lions, 38-0 over your Mac Nice Cowboys. But we kind of ran out of things to talk about or in those episodes early. So we kind of cut the Tuesday episode where the Tuesday episode really was intended to be our Around the SEC.
Around the SEC.
Around the SEC with Matt Moscona. For those of y'all who listen to 104.5, that's what we're referencing. Those audio clips that come in every now and then. So yeah, we're going to do that tonight. We're going to go a little off topic. I mean, we'll touch on LSU, South Carolina this week, but really what we're going to do is we're going to start off with last week's games. Then we're going to dive into this week's game and kind of give our Jimmy Ott analysis. Wouldn't you say, Chip? Now that you're sponsored by Bet Rivers over there, are you working on that sponsorship with Bet Rivers?
Yep. Bet Rivers. Is that Rivers Huey?
No, that's some deal that Jimmy Ott is sponsored by. Shout out Bet Rivers. Have no idea what it is, but I'm sure it's one of those casino guys that he talks to in Las Vegas every Tuesday.
They talk about that shit I love betting, but they talk about that shit way too much.
Jimmy, they're terrible. Hanny, they're terrible. I love listening to the Otter. The Ott Father, as T-Bob would call him.
Nah, I'm sure he's a decent human. I'm not actually. I doubt it, but I think he's.
Man, Jimmy, if you're listening to this, I bet you're an awesome dude to hang out with.
In no way, Jimmy's listening to this. Maybe that.
What if he is? What if he is?
I'd be pumped if Hanny did. I like Hanny.
Hanny is the godfather of LSU media. Ott is the godfather of LSU sports gambling. True or false?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be LSU sports gambling. It should be gambling. Baton Rouge gambling, maybe.
Baton Rouge gambling. You know, the LSU sports media market is what I'm saying, is what I'm trying to say. But we'll look at last week.
I don't like I just can't get into it.
I listen to Handy and Odd every day.
I
Guilty
tried,
pleasure.
man. I tried a couple weeks ago. It's just too. I just never know when they're just gonna all of a sudden talk about the gold line or whatever it's
Bruce
called.
Marshall with the gold sheet. Get it straight. And I haven't heard, and I think that's Football Fridays live from Rufino's.
The gold sheet is just. Anyways,
Shit,
whatever.
let's make a deal here. Okay. You come to Baton Rouge on a Friday.
We'll do the
I'll
gold
take you
sheet.
to Rufino's for a football Friday with Ott and Hanny, and we'll introduce ourselves. I say it's a deal. Let's do it.
I mean, I've talked to Hannegriff at least 3 times, like on like face to face. For like Nathan and I did it once for like 30 minutes, and Matthew twice.
But
It was twice with all three of them. With all three of them.
I've never run into Hanny in the wild. I
I
used to
ran.
run into Buddy Sanji's live show all the time.
I
Couillon's barbecue. Couillon's.
ooh, that was it was solid, right? It was a solid barbecue. I don't know what I would think of it today.
Very hit or miss. It was either the best barbecue you've ever had in your life or just absolute dog shit.
When it was in that gas station down on
The gas station one was better. The one I used to run into Sanji was the one. What was the name of that? The first like high rise condos, right?
Towers.
Southgate Towers.
Big Towers, yeah.
Yeah, the
First
one at the bottom of Southgate
yeah.
Towers. That because I lived close to that one, but the one on the gas station on Burbank and Starring, that one was better. Or Burbank and Gardier, somewhere
Burbank
down there.
here, yes. Yeah, the one by LSU.
Yeah, where Traction is now. Where I don't think Traction was back then.
Is that where
But anyway,
there was another gym?
yeah, I don't remember what was there then. Maybe Traction was there the whole time, but it just wasn't as big. But either way, we're gonna hit up a football Friday.
Cool.
Gabe in the chat says he used to see Hanny at the casino.
Yeah, I saw him at LaBerge. I forget what it was for.
What was the name of that restaurant in LaBerge?
It's not there anymore.
That's where no, it's a restaurant, but what was the name of it?
I don't remember, but we were in the restaurant, and it was before LSU Alabama 2009.
I used to frequent that restaurant.
Nathan and I saw him at. We went and spoke to Gordy and him at TCU for we talked to him for 30 minutes at a table.
Hey, Doc Holliday in the chat says Hanny is a fraud. Hey, Doc Holliday, we're having none of that. None of that.
Well, he's kind of. I mean,
he's a legend.
Maybe a shell of what he used to be. Maybe that. Maybe
no. He's a legend, and you will appreciate him for what he is.
I respect that take. Anyways,
last week. Let's go into last week. Okay, so LSU was off, but there's a lot of football. There was some good football on Saturday. The first one, I'm just gonna throw it out there, and we can just leave it. But I got to talk about it. I got to mention it. Oklahoma 44, Kent State 0.
Over was 45.
Ooh, did you take the over?
I did. No, I didn't bet on it.
No. That was the line, not the over. That was not the over. It was the line, right?
No, the over was 45.
I thought the point spread was 45.
Yeah. 45.5 was the over.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember it. I remember because I almost took it. And then they literally stopped scoring in the third quarter.
Man.
I didn't.
Well, my one takeaway from that game is Michael Hawkins, last year's part-time starting quarterback, back and played. Kudos to him for sticking in the program. That's all I'm going to say. That's my one takeaway from that game.
Good little athlete. Yeah, I think he's a great backup.
He's a good backup.
Yeah.
The $1 million question.
He was a freshman last year.
Yeah, he was a true freshman last year, thrown into the fire because Jackson Arnold was trash.
Still is.
Still is trash. We can dive into that in a moment there.
Jackson Arnold should be a halfback.
Jackson Arnold should be playing at Southeastern.
Yeah. He would be great at Southeastern. I would root for him.
He'd probably be a backup at Southeastern. I mean, line up LeBlanc. Hit us up, man. I bet you there's a quarterback named Camp. That's all I know at Southeastern. So quarterback competition is stiff, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Great
Then
coach.
the other noon kickoff or 11 a.m. kickoff here was Georgia, Kentucky. Georgia bouncing back after losing to Alabama the previous week at home. Bounce back game at home against Kentucky. 11 a.m. kickoff after, or 12 o'clock kickoff in Georgia after losing a tough one at home to Alabama. You know, the fact that they won that game 35-14 is impressive because that's a game that could easily have been a 24 to 21
yeah,
win.
not that I care about betting, but 20 point. I think they were a 20-point dog. Kentucky.
Yeah, they were an 18, somewhere around an 18, 19 point favorite.
And
because
they
did take.
They nailed it again.
Vegas knows, man. But kudos. I mean, that not only is it after Alabama, but then you have the Deep South's oldest rivalry this week.
Yeah.
So they travel to Auburn, and I know Auburn sucks, but that game still means something. And so that Kentucky game is
I mean, they've barely lost 2 games. So, I mean, they don't suck. They've obviously got some. I mean, their defense seems to be okay. They've gotten some tough calls. I mean, we just say they suck because they aren't doing what we thought they would under Freeze. I think they're underachieving is the word. After
I think
I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
They're underachieving, and then why go and get Jackson Arnold in the portal? Like, why? He's everything that Peyton Thorne was. It's
Jackson's better athlete.
Is he? Peyton Thorne wasn't a bad athlete.
He wasn't a bad athlete, but he's not as like stocky as Jackson Arnold.
So one has 10 more pounds, 20 more pounds, and the other, but they both suck. What? There's nothing that one does better.
I mean, I think Thornhill or whatever his name was, he was at Michigan State, right? I think yeah, he was better at Michigan State, obviously, but he threw a lot of picks last year. He was, I mean, I don't think it was all him, but
you know the difference between Peyton Thorne and Jackson Arnold is that Peyton Thorne actually had some good seasons.
Yeah, it was a good season for them.
Granted, it was at Michigan State, and it was. I think they were bad that year too.
No, they were good. They made the. Remember, they beat Michigan that year. Michigan made the playoffs. 2000. That was the year that they were. 2021 was Thornhill's. They were bad.
He was. The year he transferred, the year before, so he was a 2-year starter there. I'm not going to go look up Peyton Thorne's stats.
No, it's not that big of a deal. He's not even there.
Any other takeaways from Georgia, Kentucky? Any thoughts on Kentucky? How much longer does Mark Stoops have?
Yeah, I mean, just think he was on the runway to get the job at Texas A&M, and has since just crash landed from the.
We'll preview our power ratings right now. We're going to do our power ratings at the end of the show. Kentucky's fighting for that last spot. And I think me and Chip might have a nice little discussion over who the worst one is. But I think it might be Kentucky. 2:30 game. There was two 2:30 games this past weekend. Alabama and Vandy.
Yeah, I thought they were good games.
I thought it was a good game too. A friend of the program, Gabe, who's been in the chat already here tonight, Gabe predicted Vandy would win. Then texted me 30 minutes before kickoff and rescinded that prediction and said Alabama was going to win. So he hedged his own prediction there. But all week he was saying that Vandy was going to win because Alabama was coming off that big win against Georgia. I said, there's no freaking way because Alabama lost to them last year. Alabama's going to beat them by 40. And kudos to Vandy. They kept it close, man. Alabama had a late touchdown to cover with 20 seconds to go. Thank you, Alabama, because I had them in the points. Um, but that was a close game, and I came away much more impressed with Vandy than I did entering that game.
No, I went opposite. I wasn't as impressed with Vandy as I was a little opposite. I didn't think I mean, I hear things like, "Oh man, dude, their offensive coordinator is awesome," but I look at their stats and they have like 120 yards at halftime. Like it's 14 what? I mean, I don't know. You fumbled inside the 10, I get that, but you also got a pick inside the 10 from Alabama. So it was evened out. Um
I'm a line of scrimmage guy, and I think what you're saying that might be what impresses me the most about it, Vandy, is they don't have skilled position players. They're just literally just this hard nosed, gritty football team. Pavia doesn't put up good numbers, but he's just got that like intangible, and they're
they suck.
always in the fight. They're
Yeah,
always in the fight.
I think they're what's their tight end's name? He's a stud.
Yeah, but if your tight end's your best player, that means you're usually not a good football team.
Yeah, they got. I mean, they're all their wide receivers are all like guys that have been with the program for a little bit. I think they seem to be
Yeah.
pretty. They seem to be, I think they're the same ones from last year, and their running back's pretty good.
Well,
It's
so
not
what
bad.
I'm saying is I agree with you. Like you look at them on paper, they're really not that good, but they stay in every game. They
Well, I mean, I
stayed
don't
in
think
the
they
game.
suck. I don't think they sucked. I thought they would do a little bit more on offense, but kudos to Alabama's defense for throwing them off.
Like I went into that game thinking they're not a legitimate top 25 team. After watching that game, I'm like, fuck, they're a legit top 25 team.
Yeah, they just couldn't put it in. I guess they couldn't put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
I watched the whole game. I mean, like I could see where you came away impressed. I could see where you came away like,
Yeah, they don't have the skill guys to beat anybody, but well, going into
they
this year, I
beat
thought they
us.
were a five and yeah, I thought they were a 5-17 going into this year.
Oh,
They're
I
an
didn't.
8-4 football team.
Yeah. I thought they
They're
would be about 7-5, 8-4.
yeah, they're a legitimate good football team. And that
Yeah,
top 25 team.
yeah. That what's his name has done a great job there. He deserves.
Impo-
I don't know if he'll leave, but I do think. I mean,
he's
Pavia
a
is
Vandy guy.
he's 45 years old. Yeah, he is a Vandy guy. I mean, Pavia is 45, not their coach, but he shouldn't be playing football anymore. But
Well, if he wins this case, he might get another year. So we'll see what happens.
that's dude. If I was him,
Do
I
we
would
play
not.
them next year?
That would ruin his
No,
legacy.
no. We
That
don't
would
play them
ruin.
again next year.
If he, it's like I don't know. It's like all the stuff times that they win. I'm kind of like, yeah, you shouldn't be winning. That's kind of fucking. You're kind of cheating. I don't know. It's I know it's not against the rules anymore, but
There are no rules. Welcome to college football. There are no
been
rules.
in college football since 2019. That's just stupid.
Hey, what was the tight end for Miami last year who played
Yeah,
9 seasons?
is he still on the team? He probably no, he's not.
Probably is.
Played
Who
it
knows?
like yeah, he played at Oregon for a long time, huh?
Yeah, the NCAA just announced today that there's a new rule that allows GAs, analysts on the coaching staff to suit up for 4 games. So Cam McCormick's going to play the last 4 games of the year.
I don't know if you're being serious.
See, that's the thing. It's not that far fetched in
It's
college
not,
football.
I mean, like I don't know if you're serious, but would it surprise me? I'm just like, God.
The other 2:30 game. Any takeaways from Alabama? Because we talked about Vandy. I came away a little impressed with Alabama. Any takeaways about Alabama?
No, pretty good team. I mean, it's complete impressed with the way they've been. They weren't that bad though against. Not that we'll leave it off, but they weren't that bad against Florida State. If you go look at the numbers wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what's his name Simpson threw for like 270 yards in that game. I did not think that, and I looked it up, maybe 250, but it was a lot more than I thought. And I was like, oh, I thought he had a terrible game.
I think they just ran into a buzzsaw week 1 and they weren't ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't go play Florida State after they were
But
2-0.
we'll revisit that topic when we get to the power ratings
Yeah.
because it's an interesting topic.
Yep. Okay. Next.
Gabe says their run defense is a big problem for them. They played some tough teams, though, the last 2 weeks. I mean, Vandy lines up and they're physical. They can run the football. Georgia.
Yeah, they had a little lapse. They had a little Sage Ryan lapse.
Yeah.
Where there was just no safety help. The running back just took it up the middle.
Next was the SEC game of the week. The game that stole all the headlines. Arch Manning travels to the swamp. And Florida dominated the football game.
Yeah, I thought
ended up winning 29-21.
Yeah, dude, they should have. They did kind of dominate. They bunch of big plays. They had some big plays, which I don't think their offense had many big plays until this week. But they looked good. I mean, completely a different team. But I don't know how good Texas is. I think that's going to be. I don't know. I mean, Manning's definitely not as advertised.
I'd like to see Florida definitely came out and played their A game.
For sure.
Are they capable of doing it multiple weeks in a row?
It's not their fault though. That's just bull crap what they have to go through with that. I hate Florida, but I mean, actually, I don't hate Florida, but I don't understand how that is like you give Texas that schedule and give Florida the schedule they have. I just don't. I feel you gotta kind of feel bad for Billy about that. Like, you kind of gotta. I mean, he hasn't been great by no means, but God, he's had a tough road, right?
Yeah, but you can't lose to South Florida.
Can't lose to South Florida. That'll even if South Florida is pretty good.
You know, I could buy or not. I'd buy what you're selling if you wouldn't have lost to South Florida, and he put himself behind the 8 ball, so he's fired. It's just a matter of when, and because there's so much pressure, I think that's what helped them against Texas. But can they sustain that? Because their schedule is a fucking meat grinder. They got A&M this week, and it's just murderer's row.
Lagway was a lot better, and he was looked on the money for most of his passes too. Like, he was throwing strikes, and where he has been very inconsistent with his his accuracy. So I thought, and he ran the ball well. I mean, their running back's good. Ball, that guy's a beast.
Gabe, if he goes 9-3 or 8-4, if he goes 9-3, that means he wins out. So yes, he keeps his job if he goes 9-3.
There's no chance.
8-4. I don't think he will. What's
I don't think so. I think it's very hard for him to go 8-4. He definitely won't go 9-3.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Well,
so they've got A&M, then they've got there's I'm missing a team in here. So they got at A&M, Mississippi State, then Georgia, Kentucky. Okay, so they can beat Mississippi State, they can beat Kentucky.
I mean,
but at A&M,
they'll have a tough game. Is it at Mississippi State or is it at Florida?
It's at home against Mississippi State, and it's at Kentucky. So at A&M, tough place to play. Georgia at a neutral site, and then after Kentucky, they're going to Ole Miss, home against Tennessee, and then home against Florida State.
Yeah, I don't think 8-4 or 9-3 are in the cards.
That's 5 games that they could lose all 5.
Yeah, and they got to go to Ole Miss.
So if he all right, so yes, to answer Gabe's question, if they get to 8-4, I think he keeps his job. Yeah, I don't think they can get to 8-4 though.
Yeah, but yes, I do think he would keep his job if he had those. But I think that's just an impossible task.
But again, don't lose to South Florida.
Yeah, you don't lose to South Florida. You got one loss, or you got no? Do they have 3 losses? Yeah, they have 3.
They would have 2 losses.
Yeah.
But then you could excuse those 2 losses because one was against Miami and one was against LSU.
Yeah, and they played good against Miami. I guess Miami's just really good defensively.
Yeah, it was similar games that they played.
Yeah, they just couldn't. They just didn't. They weren't clicking. They were Lagway was inconsistent.
Yes. And
Yeah,
Lagway is a second year quarterback, and that would be the case. Outside of the LSU game, Lagway has 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
hmm. Wow, got a lot against LSU.
Yeah.
Um, I think. What was I gonna say? I had something off my head. Um,
About Billy Napier in Florida.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a matter of time.
It's a matter of time. It's the schedule. He would
Yeah,
get the benefit of the
I
doubt
don't
if he
think
would have
he's
beaten
that
South
great of.
Florida.
I don't think he's like spectacular coach by any means. Never did. I didn't want him as our coach. That's for sure. Uh, he needs to be. He needs to be at a lower tier school, and he needs to be out of South Florida and go beat Florida. And
You know where Billy Napier would thrive?
ULL.
Southern Miss.
Yeah, go to Southern Miss.
Go to Southern Miss, build a dynasty, stay there forever.
Yeah, you can make the playoffs now.
The thing about Texas, okay, we knew that Arch Manning sucked going into that game,
Yeah,
but Florida's offense isn't that good, and Florida's offense moved the ball at will on you.
they
So
finally
is
was.
Texas's defense overrated?
They got their wide receiver back, Dallas. That freshman, that guy was good. I forget Dallas.
Dallas
Number
Wilson.
that dude's a beast. He looked really good. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think it's just hard if you have no offensive support to play defense. I think. I think Texas defense is very good.
And we'll talk about this in a minute. You do think Texas's defense is good?
I could. I guess I'm going to be. I guess what are the, I do. Yeah, I do. I think they're talented.
Okay.
I mean,
They just had a bad game. That's fair because
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
gave up 14 points against Ohio State. I mean, was it 14 points? It was.
yes, they were breaking in a freshman quarterback as well.
They were, in his first game of the season. Yeah, I mean, I could see your argument, and I could see someone saying they're good.
Because going into that game, I thought they would lose to Florida. I had predicted it 2 weeks ago.
I thought they'd.
But I thought they'd bounce back and find a way to get to 9-3. Now I don't know if they can get to 9-3 if their defense isn't very good. Now I think they're 8-4, 7-5.
Until they win 3 games in a row. I mean, you don't. I mean, I don't know.
They have a favorable schedule. They could roll off.
Until they win 3 games in a row, and then people will start saying Arch might play lower opponents and have some good numbers, and that's just we're so hyperbolic.
Well, okay. How do you feel about Texas traveling to Mississippi State? Is that an easy win?
It's not an easy win anymore. I mean, Mississippi State's going to play you hard, but I don't think Mississippi State is that bad either. I mean, they seem to be pretty well coached for the most part. I mean,
in segue, they lost to A&M 31-9.
It was a little closer than that.
It was closer. A&M ran away with it in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
early third, fourth.
They couldn't put it in the end zone. They couldn't really move the ball. Good job on Texas A&M's defense. I mean, Texas A&M's defense is legit.
Yes, Texas A&M was legit.
Seems to be.
Until they go 8-4.
Until they go 8-4. Now, if they don't, kudos to their coach. I mean, I'm not a fan of him. I think he's an asshat, but I get why people like him. He's just one of those guys that talk shit.
I'd take Elko.
Yeah, but you're risking like heart disease in a couple of years where he just dies. But other than that, yeah, he's a good coach.
So they have Florida this week, and then they have Florida this week, and then they're at Arkansas next week, and then they come to LSU. So there is a chance that they are a 7-0 football team.
Yeah, I mean, I have them winning this week. That's for sure. I mean, I just don't see how they can. It's not. I don't think Florida. I do think they're better than what people think, but I don't think they're good enough to go in 2 weeks in a row. Now, if they do, man, kudos to Florida if they do.
If
I don't.
Florida wins this game, I'll entertain Napier can keep his job.
Yeah, that's a big W, man. But then again, I'll be like, yep, Texas 8-4. You know, that's what I would say to that.
What time is that game?
Sick. Is that 2:30 game? That's probably the 2:30 game.
It's a 6:00 kickoff. Place is gonna be fired up. Yeah. Well, let's go into this week's games. Okay,
cool.
Because we just covered everything.
That was it.
Yeah,
it wasn't very many games this week.
No. So first game, 11:00 kickoff, ABC. Alabama at Missouri.
I think Missouri gets them. Maybe it's hopeful thing. I'm really big on Missouri this year. I think they've got a very athletic quarterback. I think they got a good running game, well coached. I think it's just going to be hard to go into Missouri at 11 o'clock where they're used to kind of playing at 11 o'clock. I'll tell you this: they'll be up by 14 at like in the first quarter. Now, will they win? I don't know, but I could see. I think they'll win. I have them on my bets at this point saved as a W. So we'll see.
Okay, so theoretically, if you didn't know last year's history, last week would have been the trap game for Alabama. I think this is the trap game for Alabama. Because who do they have next week, Chip?
They got the next week?
Third Saturday in October.
Oh, God, Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to struggle this week. I think they'll win, but I think they'll have a tough game.
The 11 a.m. kick. Gabe says the 11 a.m. games seem to be tricky for home teams. That's true, but Chip brings up a good point. Missouri plays a lot of 11 o'clock kickoffs.
Yeah,
it's true.
I
feel like every time I turn on a Missouri game, it's an 11 o'clock kickoff in Como.
Yeah, and they always seem to be winning those games.
I think they'll just relish being on national TV, on ABC. Although is national TV still a thing?
I mean, yeah. I'm definitely going to watch it. It's that or Ohio State and Illinois, which maybe we should bring out 2 TVs this week.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think this is a good close game. I think this is going to be a dogfight because I think it's a tough spot in the schedule for Alabama. You know, you're coming off of the Georgia game, which is an emotional high, the revenge game against Vandy that you had to listen to, that you lost to Vandy for a whole year. And then next week is the Tennessee game where they want revenge on that one too. And here Missouri is, who, oh, by the way, Missouri's good. And Coach Rugrat's doing a fucking good job over there. That's a tough spot. And it's 11 o'clock kickoff. If you don't come out ready, that game could be 14-0 Missouri before you know it. I think it's going to be a dogfight.
Besides last week, I'm pretty sure Missouri probably didn't, but the week before, Missouri's been covering too. Like they've been slamming people. Besides, they played UMass, who's terrible. I think it was UMass, but last week, and it was or the week before last, and I don't think they covered, but it's a hard one to get up for.
Yeah. We'll move on to the next game.
I think they win. Missouri.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have to make predictions.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited to watch that one.
I think whoever has the ball last is gonna win that game.
Yeah.
11:45 on SEC Network. We've got Washington State at Ole Miss. Weird matchup. Who was it that bailed on Ole Miss last year, paid their way out of it? Was it Wake Forest? Yeah, so this was supposed to be a Wake Forest game, and so it was a last-minute schedule. That's why it's a weird that they're playing Washington State in a one-off. Ole Miss is favored by 32.5 points.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if
I think Ole Miss wins. I don't know if they cover.
Yeah, that's a lot. I have it saved as not covering, but that's a tough one. I mean, I could see them, and I think it's 58 is the points. Is
Is the
58
over
something?
under?
Yeah, over under. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think they'll win by 28, something like that. I could see it being
The
20. I just don't see. I don't. I've watched Washington State a few times this year, and they don't got it. You know, they lost their quarterback. He's in Oklahoma.
2:30 kickoff on ABC. Texas versus Oklahoma. Unranked Texas versus number
Favorite
6 Oklahoma, and Texas is
Texas.
favored by 2.5 points.
The Texas ain't winning that game, dude.
Well, right now there's still question. Venables is playing it very close to the vest about whether Mateer will play or not.
Oh, he
So
might
that's
actually.
what
I don't know if
Mateer.
that's. I don't know if that's
It's
good if he plays. If he's got a hurt wrist, isn't that what it is?
yes, but he had surgery on it immediately after, with the hopes of playing this game because they had a bye week, and then they had Kent State, and so they had that surgery right after so that he could play this game. This
Maybe
is the
facts, dude. This is Texas Super Bowl right now. I
this
mean,
is
it's
Oklahoma Super Bowl. This is both of
yeah,
their
it's both
seasons right
they,
here.
they freaking yeah, Venables. It's so crazy, like because Venables is looked as like this. All he's looked so frowned upon. Now he's all of a sudden, you know how hyperbolic again the media is like, oh my god, Oklahoma's great. If they lose next week, we'll hear how bad they suck and how Texas, Texas isn't really that good, and Oklahoma got beat by them. Venables needs to be fired. All of a sudden, it's just I think I it's weird because Texas is favored. It's a tough betting. It's a tough thing to bet against. I guess you're right though. I forgot. I didn't think Mateer had a shot at playing. I thought he was out for 4 weeks. Shows you what I know. I guess it's been 3.
It's been basically 3 weeks. It will be basically 3 weeks. It is his throwing hand, Gabe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to play him. I think Texas can be beat by what's his name, the sophomore. So
He heard it on September 20th. The game will be on October 11th.
yeah, maybe he can come back. Good if he can. Good, tough kid. Yeah, he heard it
It
in the
all
Auburn.
depends. It all depends on what bone it is. Is it
Yeah,
is it is it a
hamate
hamate bone where they just removed it? Is that it? Is that what the surgery was?
has to be. With they said, I mean, 4-week recovery, so 30
Yeah.
days. Right?
Daniel Dickinson just played his way through the postseason for LSU baseball with a broken hamate bone. Not
Yeah,
saying it's the same, not saying, but they'll shoot him up. We'll see. I
yeah.
think Mateer plays, and because I think Mateer plays, I
I mean, if
think
you can, you got to.
Oklahoma. Yeah, I think Oklahoma plus 2.5 is a steal.
I do too. I have Oklahoma right now, but I haven't pressed. I haven't pressed the money thing yet. I just have it saved.
Other afternoon kickoff in the SEC, Arkansas at. Well, hold on. We gotta preface this. Bobby Petrino and Arkansas traveled to Knoxville to take on number 12 Tennessee.
Closer than
Bobby,
closer than the experts think. I don't think they'll get Tennessee, but I think they'll play them close because I saw a bunch of Tennessee fans talking shit today on Twitter. So I'm like, that's the kiss of death right there.
Tennessee fans are always talking shit on Twitter. Always.
Yeah,
Ooh, James saying Bobby Petrino wins.
no way. But dude,
Gabe saying Bobby snaked his way into that job. You mean he pulled an Ed Orgeron? Shout out
yeah.
Ed Orgeron. I know he's a follower of the program, but that people accused Ed of the same thing is what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah, but
saying
Ed's not a snake like Bobby, man. That dude's a fucking snake. Bobby is a piece of shit. That's from people have played for him that have told me this face to face. But also brother-in-law, big Arkansas All-American. He said Bobby Petrino is a piece of shit. I
Do you think they get the interim boost? Does Bobby give them the
I
interim
think they get an interim
boost?
boost where it's close. I think I just don't think y'all understand how bad Arkansas is at defense. Like it is one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. Worse than LSU 2003. It is so bad.
I do think James posed the question, wonder if Arkansas retains him. Wait, I meant to keep that up on the screen.
The guy they've always wanted, huh?
He's got to win some games, and I don't know how many he can win to get that done.
Well, fuck it, dude. I like Bobby Petrino in the SEC. Fucking, it makes me hate Arkansas again because I can't stand Bobby Petrino.
I think their most winnable game they have left on their schedule is us at 11 o'clock.
You think the volleyball coach? I mean, is the volleyball girl still there? The one he had an affair with that he crashed the motorcycle with?
Let's see. They have. All right. What does Petrino have to do to keep the job?
What are they right now? 3 and 4, or no? They're what?
They're 2-3.
2 and 3. Why did I say 3 and 4? It's not been that long.
Do they have any layups? They have no layups left. They have nothing but SEC games.
I just feel like he's not a rah-rah coach, and I don't know if the players will respond to him like a true interim coach is. He's not baby Neuheisel.
Ooh, good point. He's not he's not Ed Orgeron. Ed Orgeron's the
No,
ultimate.
he's not Ed Orgeron.
He's not Darren Rizzi from last year with the Saints.
No, he's not like the guy you're like, fuck, let's fucking play for this motherfucker. You know, like he's just like
he's over the hill. He's over the hill.
Yeah, I do remember that, James. It's one of the reasons. Well, besides the fact that he coached in the NFL and wouldn't let him talk at dinners.
No, Arkansas is at Tennessee. Then they play A&M. Then they play Auburn. Then they're at home against Mississippi State. Then at LSU, at Texas, Missouri. Maybe one win. They're not going to win enough games to keep
get one win. I mean, Bobby ain't getting that job, and if he does, man,
crazy. Yeah, and he fired like the whole coaching staff. He's totally turned over the entire coaching staff since.
Has he?
Yeah, he fired like 3 or 4 coaches.
They fired the DC.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly who, but yeah.
They fired Girl Dad. Remember that? Remember the like during the LSU game? Girl Dad. Remember that? They were like a daughter, 60-year-old daughter, so they couldn't stop talking.
Yes, now I remember.
Girl Dad.
So now after y'all talked me into this, I now think that Tennessee covers the spread. I think Tennessee wins by 20.
Whew. I don't know.
You're right. Petrino's old.
Yeah, I mean, I think Petrino is ready for this game, but I don't know how long. I mean, he's obviously going to play. I mean, listen, Petrino's gotten a Heisman Trophy candidate to play for him. So, I mean, a Heisman Trophy winner to play for him, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, he's got to have some redeeming qualities.
Yeah, but he's not an interim. Interim takes a certain, like an interim coach. Like, look at UCLA. Like, that guy's enthusiastic. He's a UCLA guy. Well, yeah, no, that's the OC, the head coach
of UCLA.
Yeah,
Baby Neuheisel.
He's not the head coach. Tim Skipper is the head coach. Is the interim head.
But they picked him up as if he was the head coach.
Yeah,
I thought he was the head coach.
No, he's not the head coach. Well, he's the OC.
I would fucking play for that dude.
But it takes
like
us.
He went to UCLA. I mean, he is UCLA. Anyways, we're not talking about UCLA, but
all right. Let's say you had Les Miles on your staff as a offensive line coach. If you raise him up to be an interim,
I don't know. I think he might be actually because people.
You know what this reminds me of? Brady Hoke at Tennessee.
Yeah.
You can't raise up the old guy to be the interim. You got to raise up a young guy. Somebody's hungry.
Yeah, like Blake Baker.
Fuck it. I now think Arkansas is going 2-10. They're not going to win a game.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I do think it's going to be close this week, but I don't. I think other than that, I think it'll be He'll get a little bump because I think Tennessee's going to go in overconfident. But Tennessee's coach doesn't lose those games. He's a great coach.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the night slots this week. First one, 6 p.m. ESPN, Florida at number 5, Texas A&M, 7.5-point favorites for your Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. Woo!
God. Texas A&M. Horns. What does it say? Horns what? What does it say?
Solve our seas, horns off. Solve our. Hey, Mike, if you're listening to this, do you still have dreams or nightmares about that song? Because hadn't he been there twice?
Yeah, supposedly like their fans are just weirdos, but they're nice. They're not like dickheads like Ole Miss, you know?
No, but it's that song over and over again.
Yeah, they're Colts, so it's like weird.
Yeah.
But
Solve varsity's horns off.
As much as I hate A&M, I don't hate him as much as I hate Ole Miss. Like what's the chick off Barstool? Like who's like just picks
Casey
A&M.
Smith.
Doesn't matter if they're 10, 11, and 10. She's like, I'm 10 or 0 and 11. She's like, I think they got a shot here.
All right, so historically, this is the game that A&M would lose.
But they're just a little. But they usually play someone that they're like on par with this game. Like they'll go and play
on par with Florida.
I don't think they're on par with Florida. I think they're better coached, and I think they're better.
And this is the game they would lose once they have the world convinced that they're a top 5 team, then they fall apart.
Yeah, I mean Billy is a true interim coach. Like that guy would be a good interim.
Oh, he'd be great.
He's gonna listen. They're gonna play hard. I think. I mean, I don't know who. I mean, I think A&M pulls it out, but I do think it will be closer. It'll be close. It'll be 7. It'll be a touchdown game. I think they'll play hard at least for till the fourth quarter. I think it'll be in Florida's grass. Do I think they'll do it? No. Maybe if it was at Florida. Now,
what are Marcel Reed's stats?
Destroy. I think they're pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah. Now, who have they played? Besides
nobody.
They played Auburn. Auburn's a good team. I mean, they're serviceable. I mean, I wouldn't.
They did beat Notre Dame. It all depends on how you feel about Notre Dame.
They're good. Notre Dame should have won the game. I mean, shouldn't. I don't know if they should have won the game. They had a chance to win the game. They let them drive the length of the field. It's crazy how many points both those teams scored on each other too in that game, and they've both been pretty good defense since then.
I think there's a recipe to beating A&M that certain teams can do. You got to stop the run and make Marcel Reed throw the ball.
And Florida is good at stopping the run.
Yeah.
Make him one-dimensional.
With that said, he has 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the season. So he's having a good season.
He is. Kudos to them. I'm not going to take it away from him.
Yeah, he threw for 360 yards.
6? Are they 6?
Who? A&M, are they ranked number 6? Yes.
Yeah, and they're better.
No, they're ranked number 5.
Oh, they're better than Ole Miss. So I think they're a top 5 team right now. I think they're in the top 4.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Go into our power ratings. And then last one we're going to cover tonight. There's 2 more games and the nightcap, but we're only going to cover one more tonight. 6:30 ABC, number 10 Georgia at Auburn. When was the last time Auburn beat Georgia? 17?
Did they beat them in? No, because Georgia lost to South Carolina in 19. Who did they? I don't think they beat Georgia in 18. No, they definitely didn't beat them in 18. It's been a minute.
How did A&M get 3 straight conference home games?
I've been saying, do they not play away? Because the schedule is fucked up. There's too many fucking teams. That's why.
Well, the 8-game schedule fucked everything up. I don't think. Yes, James says I remember when Auburn beat the brakes off of them with Malzahn. Yeah, and then 3 weeks later in the SEC championship game, Georgia beat the brakes off of them.
Yes.
That was the last time. 17. Less. I mean, not less. Ed Orgeron's first full year as a head coach was the last time Auburn beat Georgia.
Yes, 100%.
So does Auburn have a chance in this game?
I mean, I think they have a chance. I just think I think Georgia pulls it out. I mean, I think it's at Auburn, right?
It's at Auburn.
It's at Auburn. Fuck, dude, Georgia's gonna beat them. I ain't worried about it. I mean, it's not like they played against Alabama and then they went up against a not SEC team, but an SEC team. I thought, yeah, I mean, I think Georgia will win by 10 points.
James says Hugh wins some crazy ones. It's a toss-up, in my opinion. Hugh hasn't won these at Auburn.
Yeah, he did win crazy ones.
Or did he
just beat Alabama?
No, he beat Georgia. Not at Ole Miss. Did he? He beat somebody else.
Yeah, he beat Georgia when they were bad, when Kirby Smart's first year.
He beat us.
Yeah, but that doesn't, I mean, that's not like beating Alabama was always their big win, but they couldn't beat Memphis.
I'm going to look this up. I'm pretty sure Hugh
Freeze is overrated, man.
I'm going to look this up. I think Hugh Freeze is like 2-10 versus top 25 teams.
Yeah, he snuck up on Alabama once. They outplayed them 1 year, and then they snuck up. Well, their running back broke their leg in half and fumbled the ball. I'd say they snuck up on both years.
He is 2-12 against top 25 teams since leaving Ole Miss.
Yeah, he beat
2 of those losses were Liberty.
Yeah.
He is only all time. Hugh Freeze is 4-16 against top 25 opponents.
Yeah, he's a bit overrated. He lived off of beating Nick Saban twice.
Oh wait, never mind. Since 2016, in 2014 and 2015, he did have 8 wins against top 25 teams.
Yeah, that Zach Mettenberger game in 13, so weird.
Yeah. And then there's one other game. I think Georgia. If Auburn wins, Georgia's going to have to lose the football game.
Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to turn the ball over, and Auburn's going to have to get some calls, which they haven't been because the SEC hates Hugh Freeze, as they should.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a punt return. There's going to have to be a fumble return. Auburn doesn't have enough offense.
Auburn was stupid to hire him. They really were, if you think about it, because I know that they didn't want him back in the SEC.
I think it was a good hire.
I mean, yeah, but
it was everything that Auburn was looking for. It just hasn't worked. And then Nick Saban left too, because the one time he played Nick Saban, he played him close.
He did. Should have beat him.
Yeah, because he was Nick Saban's kryptonite.
Well, Malzahn.
Yeah, they should have never got rid of Malzahn. It's a real answer to the question. All right, there's one other SEC game that we're going to talk about on Thursday, LSU versus South Carolina. No need to dive into that now because we're going to spend a whole episode on that. Probably going to talk about it on Wednesday. We're probably going to talk about it on Thursday, so we don't need to talk about it tonight. Let's go into our power ratings. And first off, Chip, let's establish, are these rankings or are these ratings?
The model has them. This is our model as the commissioner, Daniel, of the ratings. No, these aren't rankings. These are ratings, correct?
These are the Geaux Teams, the TGT poll. The TGT
poll. It's the model. It's a strict model. We're not like anybody else. Uh,
This is our sabermetrics.
yeah.
Our sabermetrics are telling us these are what the
Shout
polls
out to
say.
Josh Pate with his model. We're copying off of him. Douchebag.
So
Anyways,
I sent shout out Josh, would love to have you on the show. Uh
he's
I
way
sent
too.
Chip the power ratings beforehand. The computer generated them. And so me and Chip are going to go through them one by one, and we're going to decide if that team's too high or if that team's too low. And then we're going to adjust from there. So number one, based off of the output from the computer, has Alabama 4-1 as the number one team in the SEC.
We should go from last to first. I think we'll go because we'll go quicker. Agree? Or you
All
think we
right,
should?
fuck it. We'll do it that way.
Let's do. Obviously, okay. So I agree. Kentucky.
Kentucky
I
16.
Arkansas. I think Arkansas would beat them.
Yeah, on a neutral field, the computer says that Arkansas would beat Kentucky
I agree with
because of
that.
the interim boost. That's what the
And
computer factored in.
also the quarterback, starting quarter. I think the quarterback for. I don't think the quarterback's that bad for Arkansas.
I think the computer put it this way because, or we should say, we should just quit using the computer bit. What could we say? The typewriter put it this way, because there's no hope left in Kentucky. Where with Arkansas, there's still a little bit of hope with the interim boost with Bobby Petrino back in town. So I think that's why you have Kentucky at 16, Arkansas at 15. Because I think that those are the two cellar dwellers right now. I think it's those two teams by far. And then you make a jump to number 14. And then I think the next 3 to 4 spots, there could be an argument made.
Yeah, I would have Mississippi State above Auburn and Florida. Well, Florida has a bigger win. I mean,
Florida has that Texas win. So that's why you got to put Florida above Mississippi State. But Mississippi State does have that Arizona State win.
And they've looked better.
They didn't look good on Saturday, though.
Defensively, they held their own.
They did, but they still ended up losing by 22 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Against a Texas A&M team that we're on like fraud alert. Are they a fraud or are they for real?
They're not. I think Texas A&M is not a fraud.
Here's my thing. I think you have to keep Florida ahead of Mississippi State. The question is whether or not Auburn drops below those two teams.
So, I mean, I think Mississippi State would beat Auburn right now. But
I could buy that.
That will all change maybe this week.
And so
now, I have no faith in Auburn. I have more faith. Do they play each other this year?
Okay, so well then if you're gonna bring Auburn into that equation, where's Texas?
I think Mississippi State's better than South Carolina at this point.
Wait, hold on. Where's Texas in this?
I think you got them good. I mean, theoretically, if you're doing the power rankings this minute, I mean, you could possibly put 14. I mean,
you put who at 14?
Well, you can't. You got to put. I feel like you got to put Florida over them. Then over Texas, they just beat them.
Hold on one second here. Chicken 1515. We are the reigning Alabama State champs, winning record against every Alabama team, but we haven't beaten LSU since World War One. Change them damn colors. I don't know what we're talking about here, Chicken.
Anyways,
okay.
Maybe Texas, maybe La Tech. I don't know. I feel like that was La Tech was maybe ULL.
All right. So we got to hammer down spot number 14 here.
I think we're just used to putting Mississippi State low. And I think
I'm not a believer in Mississippi State. I think Arizona State would be a 6-6 team in the SEC.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Mississippi State, or that's why the typewriter has.
Okay. I mean, I think I give a thumbs down for that one.
But who would you put down there? Who would you put below them?
Auburn. I'd put Auburn at 14. Put Mississippi State at 13. Florida at 12. That's what I think. I mean, I don't think South Carolina has proven much, but I like them at 11. I'll keep Texas at 10.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You're losing the crowd here.
My
So
bad.
we've got Auburn at 14.
Yeah.
We've got Mississippi State at 13, which I agree with that.
You
Because
can,
ultimately at the
yeah.
end of the day, Auburn beat Baylor though.
What's the Baylor? They've won 2 games. I mean, they've lost 2 games, but they beat them at Baylor too.
I
But
do agree that Auburn needs to be knocked down lower than what the computer had it at.
Yeah, but Mississippi State beat Arizona more recent. We're doing them as if they are now.
I think I can work on that.
Yeah, we'll get that going. You're right, though.
16, Kentucky. It's going to take me a second here. 15. Chip wanted to go in reverse order here, so it's going to throw me off a little bit.
Yeah, my bad. Well, you don't want to talk about Alabama. We need to get through these, though, quick.
14, we are going Auburn. Hold on. All right, angry brother, here you go. Right now, that's where we are. Okay. So now we're talking about spot number 12. Right now, we're debating Florida and South Carolina and Texas for spot number 12. The model has Florida, South Carolina, and then Texas. Honestly, I think Texas should be 12.
As of now, yeah.
Because they've beaten nobody.
They've beaten nobody, and they haven't looked good in those wins. Except for an 0-5 team that doesn't have a home schedule this year because their stadium's being renovated. Sam Houston.
What would Texas's record be if it played Florida's schedule?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, probably the same. Maybe worse because who knows if they'd beat Florida, right? So it'd be comparable. I think LSU's better than Texas at the moment. So
hold on, I'm adding these in there. All right, so this is where we are now. I think South Carolina, I think we can agree South Carolina is better than Florida and Texas.
I would say no, but I do. I think most people would agree with you. Who have they beaten?
Virginia Tech.
I'd put them. I'd put Florida 11, Texas at 12, and South Carolina at 13. But that's me. But the model says this.
No, you've got it backwards. It would be Florida at 10, South Carolina.
Yeah. Florida at 10, South Carolina, Texas, Florida at 10, South Carolina at 11. Yeah,
Florida lost to South Florida, though, man. And they looked bad. I mean, yes, they beat Texas, but how good is Texas? I think South Carolina would beat Texas, too. South Carolina has 2 losses, but one was to Vandy and one was to Missouri.
Yeah.
And the Missouri game was competitive.
They held their own against Missouri. They got blown out against Vandy. Now, their quarterback did go out against Vandy in the first 2 or 3 drives.
They were losing at the time he went out, but it was a close game. And then they
7-14, right? They just scored. And then they were driving.
Yeah. So they kind of get a pass. So right now,
you're right. You're right. The model, Yeah, I agree with that. That's not
The
bad.
model takes injury into account.
We do have that in. Okay.
Hold on, I got to catch up on the comments now. I don't know who Chicken1515 is, but Oklahoma's only loss will be you purple bastards. Horns down. I kind of like this guy's energy. Texas will get deported after this weekend. Texas hasn't beaten a Power 4 team. Yes, that's why we dropped Texas to 12.
I think Oklahoma wins. Yeah, I think Oklahoma's better.
Yeah.
Um,
So next,
I like that
now
take.
we're
I like that take. Nice
so
take, chicken.
then I think you have to debate the next grouping of teams for spots 9, 8, and 7. And I think those next ones, well, I think there's clearly 9 is, I mean, 9 is clearly Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, because is there anybody above Vanderbilt that you think Vanderbilt would beat on a neutral field?
No.
Because that leaves the top 8 teams in no particular order: Missouri, LSU, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. I think Vandy's 9.
Yeah.
So then it gets into this grouping here. You have 4 undefeated teams and 4 4-1 teams. Okay. The 4 undefeated teams are Oklahoma, A&M, Ole Miss, Missouri. The 4 1-loss teams are LSU, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. The model, the computer has Missouri at number 8. Would you agree with that, Chip?
I think Missouri has looked good in their games, and obviously, I don't think they played the better schedule than LSU. I'm guessing eight and I'm guessing seven's LSU. Correct? Was that the model has?
The model has LSU, the computer has LSU at 7. So really, that's your debate there, because I don't think you can put LSU above Ole Miss,
You can't
A&M,
right now.
Oklahoma. Yeah,
You can't.
I think the question here is who's 7, who's 8, LSU or Missouri. Missouri's undefeated. LSU has 1 loss to Ole Miss. I don't know how good Ole Miss is. I really think you could put LSU 8, Ole Miss 7, Missouri 6.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually like that one better. I mean, I don't like it, but I think it's the truth at this point. Again, we're talking about at this point. We're not talking about a week from now. This is all subject to change.
So here's your updated rankings. We have Missouri 6, Ole Miss 7, LSU 8, Vanderbilt 9, South Carolina 10, Florida 11, Texas 12, Mississippi State 13, Auburn 14, Arkansas 15, Kentucky 16. So then that moves us to the top 5 teams in the league. And in no particular order, it's the 2 undefeateds, Oklahoma, A&M. Then you've got Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee that are all 1-loss teams. Who's number 5? I mean, to me, this comes down to whether or not John Mateer is playing.
Yes, absolutely.
So will the ratings take that into effect?
What do the ratings have Tennessee?
Ratings have Tennessee as 3.
See, I think they're 5. I don't think you can put them as good as Texas A&M. I don't think you can put them as good as Oklahoma.
The rankings seem to think that they would win on a neutral field versus both those teams.
I mean,
it all depends on how do you feel about how do you feel about Georgia, because the computer's high on Georgia, and that's why it's high on Tennessee, because Tennessee gets the boost because how it played against Georgia.
Yeah, but they lost.
Kicker makes a 36-yard field goal. The narrative is completely different.
But he didn't.
But kickers are kickers. You should have won the game based on the play on the field.
I don't talk like that anymore. I don't say should, could, would have. I don't talk like that anymore. I hate when people start analyzing shit. Well, you didn't win. You didn't win. You
You
had them at
didn't
their
win, but
home.
all you had to do was
You
make a
had them at
36
their
yard field
home.
goal.
Yeah, yeah. If you were better, you make the field goal though. It's a part of the
It's a
game.
kicker. It is a part of the game, but it's a kicker.
Yeah, get a better kicker. Like you don't have Blake
Ramos
Griffin.
makes that field goal.
Yeah, it was 37. Of course he makes that. If it was 47, whew. Actually, he's drilled those this year, 48s and 47s.
I think
Yeah.
A&M's a fraud.
As of now, I don't think so, but I hope so. I think they're better than Tennessee. I think they beat Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's more likely to make the college football playoffs than A&M.
Well, we're going on the past. I'm talking about like this moment.
This moment, John Mateer is doubtful, so therefore Oklahoma's 5.
Yeah, but they've won every game they've played, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta. You're
Yeah, but
right.
we're not just putting undefeated. We're not just putting best record at the top because we've already.
I don't think Tennessee's number 3. That's just. But if you think that,
I could buy that, but I don't. Where do you put them? Where do you slot them? 5?
5. Yeah, I would even slot Ole Miss better than them. Regardless,
so you're dropping them down. No, Ole Miss isn't good. Ole Miss has 0 skins on the wall.
they beat LSU. They're the
Yeah,
number 11 team.
we played like absolute dog shit in that game.
Yeah, but
We had a quarterback who couldn't throw and a running back who couldn't run.
yeah, but they still won the games on their schedule, is what I'm saying. Like,
And they won by 5 against probably the worst offensive performance you're going to see in college football this year. And other than that, they've done nothing impressive.
No, I agree with that. I'm not trying to give kudos Ole Miss. Fuck Ole Miss. I don't even think they're. I don't think they're the. I think Vandy would beat them right now. But they're 5-0 with a win over us, which is so embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't think they're a good team.
I think Tennessee is 5. In my opinion.
Are you high on Mississippi State? They won at Mississippi State.
I'm high on Mississippi State than you are. Like, I think at Mississippi State especially. I mean, I think that was a tough game for Tennessee, and I think that was a good win for Tennessee. And yes, is there such thing as a good loss? Yes. I wasn't trying to say that there wasn't. Yes, is Georgia a good loss? Absolutely. I think you got to win the home games though, and I think Georgia, you got to beat Alabama at home. But they struggle against Kirby Smart struggles against Alabama for whatever reason. He's got 1 win. But in my opinion, Tennessee's 5th. But we can meet in the middle.
We've posted Tennessee 5.
Okay. Then I think Oklahoma is 4. And then I think Texas A&M is 3. Although I can see frauds because they always do this. But at this moment, their quarterback's been dominant. They beat Notre Dame. It depends on how good Notre Dame is. What are they, 19th or something?
Yeah.
They went in
Notre Dame's a very subjective team.
They went into Notre Dame, pulled it out at night. Even I think Notre Dame would have been better off playing them in the day because that's when they're used to playing. But I mean, it's like a toss up. I mean, they could go either or. And obviously, who's our
got to pick one? The computer has the A&M at lower than Oklahoma because Oklahoma beat Auburn and beat Michigan.
But A&M's beat Auburn. That's
A&M's
it.
beat Auburn and Notre
And
Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah. And I would say Michigan and Notre Dame are comparable to each other, even though Michigan is.
Michigan probably beats Notre Dame.
I don't think so. I think Notre Dame would be a 2-point favorite, 2.5 favorite, 2-point favorite. I think they would be 2 or 3.
Let's go look at the JP poll and you'll find out.
He probably has Notre Dame number 1. Anyways, no, he definitely has Alabama. He's obsessed with them. But I don't give a shit about the Josh Pate poll. I would say, yeah. What did we end up having? Texas A&M.
I'm putting it. I'm putting A&M 4, Oklahoma 3, and there's really not much room difference here.
Yeah, it's painful
between 3 and 4.
Say that Alabama is number 1 at the moment. They are.
Yeah, and then that, of course,
with an awful loss to Florida State at the first game of the season.
So there are our final rankings.
Yeah.
Alabama 1,
depressing.
Georgia 2, Oklahoma 3, Texas A&M 4, Tennessee 5, Missouri 6, Ole Miss 7, LSU 8, Vanderbilt 9, South Carolina 10, Florida 11, 12th Texas A&M, 13 Mississippi State, 14 Auburn, 15 Arkansas, 16 Kentucky. Angry Brother, OU should be 3rd, maybe 2nd.
If Mateer's, I agree.
Mateer's hurt right now, though.
I don't know if they're better than Georgia, but I mean, you could argue it for sure. I wouldn't be mad if they were 2nd. I wouldn't be like against it totally. I can see someone saying they're 2nd.
Chicken 1515. Hey guys, seriously, Mateer broke his thumb in the first quarter and still nobody had a clue. Guy is tough. I substituted a word.
What was the what was the score? Final score of that game? It was pretty close, wasn't it?
Angry Brother says A&M should be around 7. That's what I feel like. But Chip did not want to give Tennessee.
I hate A&M, but they looked good.
No, Chip always knocks down Tennessee. Always knocks down Tennessee.
Yeah. Sorry.
Chip has an irrational hatred of Tennessee. So I gave him a bone because he's right. They don't have.
Well, he has an irrational love for them.
So they kick a 36-yard field goal. They're ranked number 1.
Camp thinks he's a Tennessee fan.
No, if they kick a 36-yard field goal, they're ranked number 1.
But they didn't. They didn't make it. That's like saying
a 36-yard field goal is a chip shot in college football. That's the difference between them being 5 and 1. That's why I had them higher than what you have them, because it's a chip shot field goal. Every team in the country would take that to win a game. It wasn't a 56-yarder. It wasn't a 46-yarder. It was a 36-yarder.
And if they were undefeated right now, I'd have them number 2 or number 3 next to Oklahoma. I mean, I do think.
Well, then you're just not being objective.
I don't agree with you.
See, that's the problem with this right here is A&M.
I don't hate Tennessee, though.
Like, I agree with Angry Brother. A&M is way too high on this list. Way too high. You could make an argument A&M should be behind Missouri.
They're number 5 in the country.
Ole Miss is number 4 in the country, but number 7 in our poll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with I'm not a big A&M guy. I just think they've played well for them. We'll see this week. They have a tough defense to play again. If they blow out Florida, which they could, it's at A&M because every game they play is at A&M, and that has
A&M will A&M.
And you're right, Angry Brother. I mean, A&M has played every game at home so far, besides Notre Dame. So I mean, if they went to Auburn, would they have beaten them? I don't know. You're right. It's a toss up. I mean, they won 16-10, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, it was 16-10.
Yeah. What was OU's game against Auburn? Now OU got lucky on a fucking call against Auburn, and I fucking hate Auburn. I don't hate OU. I would root for Auburn. I would root for OU all day over Auburn. But they got lucky with some calls.
That's why the model had Tennessee better than both those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah. I mean,
but I have a Tennessee friend, so you had to knock him down.
I'm friends with that guy too. I mean, not like you are, but I like that guy. But Tennessee fans are ridiculous. Okay, God, like I like them, and I want nothing. I don't hate them.
But guess what? Here's the thing about the poll: is they have the Angry Brother just said, and honestly, LSU may be ranked too high. LSU beat Clemson. LSU beat Florida. They still get credit for winning Power 4 games. They shouldn't be behind Vanderbilt. They shouldn't be behind South Carolina. They shouldn't be behind Florida, who they beat. So I disagree with you on that one, Angry Brother. But what was I saying?
I do think I still think you can argue the top 6. Like, I mean, and I think you could totally argue Missouri's better than Texas A&M. I think Missouri's really good. I think Missouri, if I had to rank myself, I would have Missouri over all those teams. But do they have the, I mean, they don't have as big as win as Oklahoma. They don't have as big as win as Texas A&M. They don't even have as big as win as Tennessee right now. They don't have as big as win as Ole Miss.
No. No, the good thing about these rankings is, guess what? If Tennessee's legit, if Tennessee's legit, they get to play Alabama next week.
But I do think I think it's silly to say I have some beef against Tennessee. I don't. They missed a fucking 37-yard field goal.
Chicken 1515 is feisty. I agree with that. Anger Brother. I like his energy. Some of his stuff I can't necessarily put up here on the screen.
I mean, I'm
reading them all.
Texas. I'm cool with him hating on Texas. I would rather Oklahoma win all day than Texas. I have no issue with Oklahoma. Never have.
I'm reading all the Chicken 1515.
I don't even see it. He's going hardcore. Does he hate us?
This is Oklahoma Hate Week. Who's playing Oklahoma this week?
Texas.
Oh, so he's a Texas fan? Chicken 1515 is a Texas fan? I thought he said horned down earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just drunk. Anyways,
it's Oklahoma Hate Week.
Oh, I think he's Oklahoma. I think he's upset that we picked him at 3.
Well, listen, if Mateer was healthy, there's an argument for Oklahoma number 1.
Yeah.
But he's not healthy.
I do think he's good. I mean, I think he's tough. I agree with that statement. So
he's. It's not like y'all are monetized. Chicken 1515.
I'm okay with.
Are you an Oklahoma fan?
Yeah,
I like Brett Venables.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. I mean, great defensive coach. I mean, I guess that was a tough year for them last year. They had a hard schedule. Texas didn't.
Yeah, he is an Oklahoma fan. They own the state of Alabama. Alabama beat him last year. He beat Auburn. Now it's making sense. And did they play Troy? Did they play Troy?
They probably did. I don't know. I feel like Ole Miss always plays Troy.
I'm going to put this one up here. Dipshits, look at my OU DNA. Oh, okay. It's in the picture. I didn't know what the fuck that was, man, to be honest with you. I don't give a F where you rank us in your parents' basement. Boomer sooner.
Okay. Well, fuck off, chicken. Anyways.
Hey, what happened the last 2 times we played Oklahoma? Last 3 times we played Oklahoma?
Go fuck yourself, chicken. You want to be an asshole?
No, we're not going to tell him to go fuck himself.
No, you want to be an asshole? Come on. Go fucking listen to your fucking stupid Oklahoma fucking
We're
thing.
not gonna. We're not. No,
I'll
no, no,
fucking
no,
root
no.
for Texas if you don't. If you don't. No, I'm just being
No, we're
honest.
not
Don't,
rooting. We're not rooting for
don't
Texas.
fucking come on this fucking. But no, I do think you're better beat Texas this weekend, and I think you're better than Texas. And I think if Mateer is back healthy, if you who cares? If you're number 3 in the country, you're going to be in the playoffs anyway. If you're number 3 in the SC, you're going to be in the playoffs. Who cares? And Mateer should be healthy by then. You can make a run.
Yeah, Mateer gets healthy. He said LSU owns us. Let me just leave that one up there. I'm gonna leave that one on the screen.
Fuckers.
Anything else we got tonight, Chip?
Yeah. No.
We're off tomorrow because Chip's got a HIPAA deal he's got to deal with. Some grown man stuff. Chicken says, I care. I hate Texas. But we'll be back on Wednesday with a special guest.
Chicken, I'm for you. You don't understand. Like, I'm all about you. I think OU has been great this year. I don't know what you want.
We'll be back on Wednesday with you know what? Actually, I'm gonna play this for our buddy. Because he sounds like it. He sounds like a guy who would appreciate some good music from back in the day. But we'll be back again. We'll be doing it again on Wednesday.
Baby.
And then again on Thursday, we'll have our LSU South Carolina preview. So, but we'll have a special guest on Wednesday. We'll announce that on Twitter tomorrow night, who the special guest will be for Wednesday night. So, remember, if you're listening, like, subscribe, all the above. Hit us up later, guys. All right.
You're sooner, chicken.